convinced my mom to go tour the Lizzie Borden house with me for spooky season. Yes. She didn't really want to do it, but I'm glad that she's doing it anyway. Sorry. Okay, we're armed and ready for our spooky ghost tour. I just got the biggest kebab I have ever seen in my life at a little restaurant, a Spanish restaurant.
I think it was Portuguese.
Portuguese. I am so sorry. Portuguese. I know, very different. Anyway, there's the Lizzie Borden house. So let's go see if we run into any ghosts. Are you a particularly brave soul? If you are, you can actually stay at the Lizzie Borden house overnight. It's now a bed and breakfast. Well, a bed and breakfast with a lot of crime scene photos. And the autopsy table is still being displayed in the dining room. After having the facts presented to me on this tour, I truly believe that Lizzie did kill her parents. It just seems like she really had issues within the family when it came to money, but also freedom. Mr. Borden was known to be quite nasty, very cheap, and possibly even abusive to his daughters. It's also known that Lizzie was the only person that was home at the time and just miraculously missed the murderer, even though she was in the house. I do believe the maid actually was home as well, but she was outside washing the windows and seen gossiping with the maid next door, so she was never really under suspicion. On top of that, Lizzie mysteriously decided to burn a dress that was covered in quote-unquote brown paint a few days after the murders. She was witness doing this. I don't think anyone thought that was just brown paint. Just putting that out there. So why was Lizzie acquitted? Well, the prosecutor did not help himself when he decided to steal Mr. and Mrs. Borden's heads from their funeral, boil them on his personal stove, and then present them in court. Everyone was rather horrified, I would be too, and no one approved. But it's rumored that the real reason Lizzie was acquitted of the murders was due to the religious politics of the time. Lizzie was a white Protestant, and the prosecutor, along with the detectives, were Irish Catholic. And anyone who knows anything about those two religions and the tension between them would probably draw their own conclusions as to why a white Protestant jury wouldn't convict Lizzie when the opposing counsel was, well, Irish Catholic at a time when that was a problem. Not the exact couch, but this room looks a lot like the stuff though. Yeah.
And so did her sister live here afterwards? Since you said Lizzie left.
Yeah, so, well, what will happen is after the acquittal, Lizzie and Emma are going to live here just long enough to get their father's money together and buy a nicer house. And they will move in together up on the hill. Yeah. Where she always wanted to be. In fact, I'll show you when you're ready to come into this room.
Oh, okay. Nice. Nice.
Oh, but before I tell you about this, so this room, it's as the kitchen, it's probably the most modern room in the house, but there's history in it.
So there you go. That's how the story ends. Lizzie gets acquitted. She buys her nice house on the hill with her sister, and they start an animal foundation that still hangs their portrait to this day.